Hello, this is Trista from Zero Casualties, and I'm here in the rain right by my tea bush here because I am going to try my hand at making black tea. So I've heard you need to pick the kind of second wave of these bigger leaves here. So I am going to show a little bit of me picking all the leaves and then going back inside for the next step of the process. So I'll be taking you through the steps of the process all the way from picking to drying to all the other steps and hopefully enjoying a cup of my own black tea. So see you soon. So I wanted to show some of these leaves here so you can see how there's two bigger leaves and then a smaller one in the middle. Those are the types of leaves that are supposed to be the best for black tea. And those are coming out right now. I'm so excited to be able to make some more tea. I made white tea from this bush earlier. I did not record that process, but I'm learning from reading and from videos and stuff how to do this. There still isn't a lot of information, so I was hoping to make a better video on how to do this. So I'll be picking a few and show you my bowl of leaves. So I want to take a video of the picked leaves. I could probably pick a few more, but this is from two plants that I have here. And the more you pick them, the better. I'm hoping to have even more harvests this spring. I'm not really sure how many I'll get, but it's a fun adventure and it's raining pretty hard, so I think I'll stop picking right now and bring these inside and show you how I will lay them out for the next step. Hello, so now we are back in the kitchen. I have my tea leaves here. And then I just have a pan with a silpat mat, or if you want to put parchment there, any sort of mat you want to put down. So I will turn the camera around so you can see how we'll put these out to dry. And we will move on to the next step in making black tea. I'm very excited to try this. So hopefully you can see the tray and the tea. So I want to show you, this is the leaf that is ideal for black tea, the one that has the two leaves and then the smaller one coming through the middle. So I am brand new at this. I've just done some research by reading some articles and watching some videos. Most of them they give you kind of part of the information, but not all of the information. So I'm gonna kind of combine all that I learned and give this a go. So I'm just gonna spread this out the best I can. We don't wanna dry this completely. So from what I've read, you wanna go 12 to 24 hours. And right now it's almost noon. So I think what I will do is tomorrow at noon, I will do the next step in the process and record that too so that we can have the whole process. So I want to take out anything that's not a tea leaf. So I will spread all this out. We're gonna let this dry, like I say, 24 hours. And then you will be joining me tomorrow for the next step, which is oxidation, which involves a lot of rolling, and I've got some ideas on how I'm going to do that. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next step tomorrow. Hello, welcome back to my tea processing video. So I have these tea leaves that have been kind of withering here on this sheet for 24 hours or a little bit after that, a little bit more than that. So you can see they are withered, but they are not dried completely. which is nice. This is what we want. So now is the rolling phase, and I'm gonna experiment with a couple of things because this is my first time doing this kind of gather and roll. So I'm gonna turn the camera down in a moment and show you how I'm gonna try a couple different techniques. One is a grill pan, because what I'm gonna try to do is put the tea leaves in this cloth and kind of gather it up and maybe roll it on this grill pan, because one article mentioned a washboard, which I do not have, but I have that, which is kind of similar. Or I can just use this wooden board to kind of roll on. So they are supposed to get kind of brassy colored, sort of brown orangish. It reminds me of those really cute little newts that are sometimes in the pond. So I will take these, gather them up, put them in the cloth, and do some of the rolling process. I won't show the whole thing because it's going to take a few minutes, but then I'll show you what they look like afterwards. Then they need to dry for a bit and then be dried out in the oven at a lower temperature. So let's get started. So I'm going to take this cloth. I'm probably going to have to sacrifice this cloth napkin because I didn't have any muslin like they mentioned. I had cheesecloth but not muslin, so I thought the cheesecloth holes might be a little too big. So what I'm doing here is just sort of gathering up the withered tea leaves into one pile. Well, let's put our cloth down here. Luckily, I have a ton of these cloth napkins, so if this gets stained beyond repair, it won't be a big deal. Of course, try to wash it. But anyway, let's get all of those on the cloth. I realize it's a little hard to see here, but anyway, I'm gonna get those all on there. And I'll show you, we have them gathered up on the cloth here. And oops, one escaped, but I'm gonna gather it up like a little bag. This is what I saw in the article. And kind of gather that all up, and it ends up being not a whole lot of leaves in there, but that is totally fine. So let's do a little experiment with both of these and see which one is gonna work better. I'm not really sure what this is doing, to be honest, but we shall see. Oh, you know, maybe, hard to tell. You know, I'm just gonna try this for a minute or two and we'll see if some moisture is coming out or what's happening exactly. But I am not sure. Let's see. Let's take a little peek. Oh, you know, that's working fairly well. As you can see, they're really getting mushed together, and I think some of the moisture is coming out. So I'm going to continue with this method for a few minutes off camera. And I may also try this board. Actually, let me just try for a moment on here. When it showed it, it actually, in one of the videos I saw, you did not have the cloth, but you just did this with your hands, kind of in a circular motion. And of course, in tea factories, they have big machines to do this for hours. So the human-powered equivalent is a little bit more difficult to do. But that is a little harder to do than this grill pan. So I think I'll continue here for quite a while and try to get these rolled as much as I can, and then I'll bring you back for the next step. Alrighty. I wanted to quickly show you, I abandoned the napkin and the grill pan because I thought, you know, what if I could feel my way through this rolling process kind of on the board like I saw in one video. And this actually seems to be working better. I can really get the rolling process going better this way. And yeah, it just seems to be more effective. So I think I'm just gonna do it the simplest way possible, just by rolling it here. And you can see it's really getting nice and spirally and really rolling together well. There's one leaf that's not rolling too well, but I will keep trying to incorporate it. So I will see you in a few minutes. Hi, so I have finished rolling the tea, and you can see it looks a lot different now. I'm not sure if I rolled it too long or not, to be honest, but my hands are really green. Anyway, I rolled it by hand on this board. As you can see there, it made a big spot on the board, but it felt like a better way to go. So I'm gonna leave this on the tray for about 3 hours, and some instructions said to lay cheesecloth over that, so I'm gonna do that. And then will come the oven drying part. So I will see you in the next installment. Hi, so this is the tea after 3 hours of kind of drying it out after rolling it. So I'm so excited that it's a nice dark color. There's still a few tiny little green flecks in here, but I'm glad it darkened like it's supposed to. So that is super exciting. What I'm going to do now is oven dry it a bit. Now the instructions say 5 minutes at 203 degrees and then a much lower temperature at 140 for 60 minutes. My oven doesn't go down that low, so I will figure out how to dry it out enough. But luckily it's fairly dry now, so I think I'll just do my best. But I'm very pleased with the process so far, and I'm excited to brew up a cup as the last part of this video to show you how it turned out and see how it tastes. Thank you so much, and I'll see you after it comes out of the oven. We'll let it cool down, and then we'll brew up some tea. Hello, and we are at the last segment of the black tea making journey. So I have my cup here with my tea brewed, and I'm going to take out the strainer here and show this lovely color of the brewed black tea. Let me see if I can show the leaves, because it's beautiful how they turn green again after the brew, so you can still see that they're leaves. And this is the rest of the processed tea that I made. It's good for a few more cups. And let me taste some of this tea with you. It has such a nice flavor. It has a little bit of bitterness, which is nice, and then it also has a little bit of grassy or vegetable taste. You can really taste the kind of more fresh tea leaves, I feel. So it's really nice. And it's also really good. I am a milk and black tea person, although I do enjoy it plain as well. I like to taste both ways. I'm going to put a little bit of milk in there. And again, it's a beautiful, beautiful color. I just love the kind of orangey hue to it. Just delightful. So It's been so fun to have you on this tea making journey. I'm just thrilled and amazed I can make my own black tea. So here's hoping for another harvest, and thank you so much for joining me here on Zero Casualties. As you can see, it's a rainy day here in Oregon, and that's why it's definitely a tea day. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.